We have a long car ride ahead of us. We're on our way to Graceland in Memphis, Tennessee. We're heading from Florida, so it's going to be about a 7.5-hour drive.
I saw the Elvis movie, and I'm a big fan of Elvis. The movie just kind of spurred my want to go to Graceland. That's where Elvis is buried, his mom is buried, his dad is buried, and there's all sorts of great stuff there. So I thought we would go there for a weekend.
We're in the car on the way to Graceland, and we are stuck in traffic. And according to my GPS, we're going to be sitting here for quite a while. Right now, it's an hour and 8 minutes of extra time, so that's a whole lot of fun.
We're at a dead stop, so it must be a vehicle that's like in the actual road.
And what caused us to lose over an hour during our road trip with all this congestion, you might ask? They closed down one section of a lane for about 25 feet, and that was it. Though I will say it was better than our return trip where our windshield wipers literally stopped working. On the way, we decided to stop at the legendary Buc-ee's in Alabama.
I love Buc-ee's though.
We've been traveling for about 2.5 hours, and without that traffic, we'd be an hour away. So we're not even that far into the trip. And I have to pee real bad. This place is wild. It is so packed with people. We were just like, it's like a small city here.
Thank you guys, what?
Thank you.
At least they're nice.
You know how people are like, road trips, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey? Well, Buc-ee's is the perfect example of why.
Listen, I like it. There's a lot of stuff there. It's clean. However, the sheer amount of people that are here is anyone with anxiety, even just a tad, like, don't come here.
Everything is also just so like bumper to bumper. We're gonna be here probably for about 10 minutes just trying to get out of the parking lot. How wrong I was. We sat here in the Buc-ee's parking lot, I kid you not, for 45 minutes, which means we have wasted an hour and 45 minutes stuck in traffic and stuck in the parking lot of the Alabama Buc-ee's. 8.5-hour drive later, we are here at Graceland. Jen and I packed one suitcase. This room is supposed to be loosely based off an actual room of his. Of course, I got Elvis playing on the old tube. This is where I'm going to be taking my poops.
And it's clean. It's Monica clean.
So Jen has already seen the Elvis movie. I have not seen it. We've been traveling for 8 hours today. The director directed Moulin Rouge. He directed the Romeo and Juliet with Leonardo DiCaprio, and he directed Gatsby. I am not a very big fan of this director. I think his execution of stuff is not very good, in my opinion. It's just in my opinion.
I did not realize that that was the same director, but afterwards, when Holden mentioned that, I absolutely could understand that it was his film, or it made sense now that it was his film, because there were certain scenes in Elvis, especially at the beginning, where it was very much reminded me of that like style.
But they all sound great on paper. I love the story as presented in Moulin Rouge. I love the idea of Shakespeare, Romeo and Juliet in modern times. And I like the idea of Great Gatsby with sort of a modern hip hop, rap, 20s type of sound.
I've never seen The Great Gatsby, but the other two I thought were pretty good films. They're not like my favorite films, but I thought that they were a pretty decent watch.
And I am totally aware, like I respect him. He has a unique style, and I appreciate that in directors. It's just not for me. So going into the Elvis movie, Austin Butler, okay, he definitely sounds like Elvis. I saw a couple of interviews with him talking about the work he put in to try and sound like him. Tom Hanks, love my boy Tommy Hanks. He's great. On paper, it sounds really good.
He's unrecognizable.
Yeah, just in the trailer alone, he looks great. So this is one I'm going into. Sounds great on paper. The director has a track record of doing really great movie musicals that don't feel like stage musicals, feel appropriate to movies. And I love Elvis's music. So my thing with the director is I hope they don't tamper with Elvis's stuff too much. If it's historical, I'm hoping that they just keep it the way it is.
My biggest issue with that film was just how the relationship between Elvis and Priscilla was portrayed.
We're gonna go explore here at the guest house at Graceland a little bit. We're in a great room. We're only staying for one night because your boy ain't paying for 2 nights at this rate here, but we did want to stay for at least one to get the
We're going to
experience.
Holiday Express tomorrow.
Yeah, we're going to Holiday Inn Express tomorrow. But we want to go explore a little bit tonight, and then we're going to go see the movie. And then tomorrow is the big day here at Graceland. Since we had some time, we decided to go check out one of the restaurants that was in the Graceland Guest Hotel. It is now 1:15 in the morning. I'm very tired. Saw the movie. I loved it. I think that it's the director's best movie that he's done. I thought that Austin Butler played Elvis. I thought he did a fantastic job. I was super iffy about him. Everything I had seen him in prior seemed to just kind of have a pretty face, sort of a generic actor, like a good-looking actor kind of guy. But I ate those words. He was absolutely fantastic. Tom Hanks was great. I'm really curious about what was true and what wasn't true with the relationship between the Colonel and Elvis and all of that. I will say, even though I thought this was the director's best movie, I still don't fully understand some of his creative choices with some of the music that he uses in an Elvis movie. I really thought that Nicki Minaj song about her being a bad bitch really tied the whole picture together. But stuff like that aside, I thought it was absolutely fantastic, and I'm so excited to actually check out Graceland tomorrow with Jen. We've made it to Graceland. I did see a sign saying that no video was allowed on the property. I did not know that. But I might still try and sneak some in because I'm a little rebellious.
He absolutely is. True rebel.
This is really neat. I like this. So I guess it starts here and then moves its way over to the house.
I guess. We were running a little late, which provokes some slight anxiety in me.
Is that right?
I mean, it said 11:15. We got here at like 11:20, and then we get inside. We got our tickets beforehand, so we didn't have to stand in. We just want to get there. We want to see the King's house, and it looks like the tours could be really, really good.
Making us bring these little iPads that are going to help us along our tour.
Some might call them the faithful, others might call them fanatics. They are for certain fans of Elvis Presley, and today thousands of those fans were drawn to Memphis as the Presley home, Graceland Mansion, opened its doors to the public for the first time ever.
Seeing her, and she was at the airport when I left, and there were some pictures made of her, but it was no big romance.
but fans won't get to see where he died. They want an idealized Elvis, as he was idealized in this Las Vegas painting and in his music.
Elvis's home, something that meant so much to him. It's been really, really great.
I wish my dad could have been here to see this. I don't know if he ever actually came here in his lifetime, but he always talked highly of Elvis, just the way my dad was, very similar. So my father was heavily inspired by Elvis. Which way? Turn steering system. Let's go this way. We're driving through the grass straight up. What would Elvis do? He just saw me tearing up his lawn like this. It's actually pre-steering for me. I just can choose the vantage point of how I want to look.
He has every form of transportation. He's truly somebody that enjoyed the fruits of his success.
Yeah, for sure.
Only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. So shall I stay, or would it be a sin? Falling in love with you. Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. So take my hand, take my whole life too, 'cause I can't help falling in love with you. No, I can't help falling